Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time to shop my stash again. If you haven't seen one of these videos from me before, every other Sunday I've been shopping my stash, just going through what I already have, using some old stuff, some new stuff, just a nice mixture. Sometimes there's a theme, sometimes there isn't. This time I went for stuff in the back of the drawer, as well as a couple of things I just really want to use up because they're kind of old. And usually I just show the products, and this time I'm gonna apply them all on my face. I did go for a few singles this time instead of a palette. I went for some of my depotted singles because the last few days I have been wanting to wear Urban Decay's eyeshadow in the color Lounge, this one right here, for so long. I have been wanting to wear this, I just feel like a craving in my heart. And I decided to pull it out, and then I thought, I'll just pull out a few singles. And this is the color. Isn't it so weird? It's got like a red, a brown, a blue, green kind of weirdness going on with it. And it's so beautiful. It's definitely one of their iconic colors, and I think they discontinued it. I'll have to double check, but I don't remember seeing it in their new singles line. But ColourPop has one so similar, it's right here. This one's called Wishful Winking. I know they still sell like the Super Shock shadows, but I don't know if they sell the powder shadows as singles. But anyway, I'm sure they have this like overlap in a lot of palettes anyway. But I thought that was cool that those are two very, like, they're pretty much exactly the same. And then I just picked out a couple other ones that I just really wanted to use. And I know I just said I really wanted to wear Urban Decay Lounge, but I think the one I'm going to go for today is from Sydney Grace, and it's called Troops. And this is my only Sydney Grace thing that I have, this one single shadow. This was recommended to me in a comment a long time ago. I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago. Somebody recommended this color to me. And when I went to their website, I think this is probably their best-selling shade. It's this one right here. And I wore it one time. It gave me a ton of fallout, and then I never wore it again. So I already have eye primer on, and I'm just gonna put this color on with my finger. It picks up so easily. Like, I don't have to press into that pan at all. I'm just really just tapping it. So hopefully this comes out nice. I had literally only wore this one time. This is so insanely pigmented. I can't even really tell you what color this is. It looks like it's purple and taupe and champagne and rose gold all mixed into one. I'm gonna have to go see on their website how they describe this color. Oh man. Are all of Sydney Grace's eyeshadows like this? Because if so, oh my gosh, I've been missing out. What am I doing with my life? This is really pretty. I don't know if it's gonna pick up on camera. It looks very washed out in the video, unfortunately. But this looks, like I said, it's purple, it's champagne, it's rose gold, some taupe. Like, what is going on with this color? It's out of this world. Wow, that's really pretty. That looks really, really pretty. I wish it was translating better in video, but if you know this color, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. Wow. I love it. And that was so easy. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get a little bit on a brush and kind of blend it, like blend it around a little bit. Wow. This color is so pretty. I really, really wish it was translating to video, because the way the light's hitting it, it looks really, really bad in a video. Like, as you could see the shimmer here and nothing here. It looks kind of weird. But in real life, oh my goodness, this looks beautiful. Wow, what is with this color? Now I get why it's a bestseller. Wow. I know it translated really well in a swatch. Let me just do an up close one. So that is the color there. It's very, very shimmery and shiny, which is why the light's bouncing off of my eyelids and making it look kind of ridiculous. But hopefully you can see like the purple tone it has, that rose gold, the pink. Like, I don't know what's going on with this color, but it is really pretty, and it's very purple as well. Dang, I wish it looked nice in the video, but it doesn't look nice in the video that I'm looking at. Okay, the primer I pulled out is from Neutrogena. It's the Radiant Primer Serum with Peptides. I've had this for a long time. I got it right when it came out. I used a bunch of it, but I will use it for a little while and then I won't use it again. I probably should have put this on earlier, but I didn't. It's just a really runny kind of serum, like a serum primer. Very lightly moisturizing, adds a little bit of radiance to your skin, nothing crazy. Really nice and light, and this should be easy for me to finish up. I'm gonna let that sit for a second, but while I do that, I'll talk about the foundation. I picked out the Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint. I've also had this for a very long time, and it does have like a ball right here, like a metal marble that's supposed to roll on your skin, but it doesn't roll. Mine has never actually rolled. It just kind of stays stationary and then the product just comes out around it. Yeah, it smells bad. It smells like the oil's gone bad. So every time I use this, I pump out like a little bit and I don't use that. I go and use the next little bit and then that part smells good. But the one that's like gathered around here, it smells bad, like oil that's gone, like that's turned. Like it comes out around, I'm sure you could see it, around like that marble, and then you're supposed to roll the marble around your face, but it doesn't really roll. It just kind of comes out like this, like streaky and chunky and weird. It's not really pleasant to roll this hard marble on your head, like right on your bone. I don't know, it's just strange why they came out with this packaging. Like, I'm assuming it needed to be airless pump in order for like the oil maybe to stay good, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway, it's very, very thick. It's thicker than I thought it was going to be because they call it a sunshine skin tint and it has their oil in it, but it's thick. It's very, very thick. Smells good though. I love the sunshine oil that they have. It's a really nice facial oil. And it has quite nice coverage. I mean, it's on the lighter side, but it does like even everything out. It gives you a nice little glow because of all the oil that's in it. I do like to set this with powder, but let me tell you, no matter what powder I have used, this will eat up the powder just because it has so much of that oil in it. And it will stay dewy like this on your skin all day long. So if you like something really dewy, nourishing, and moisturizing, this might be for you. I really like it. I just always forget about it because the packaging, like it doesn't like, it stands up nicely, but I don't like it where I have it. And I just always forget about it. It falls to the back of the drawer all the time. I'm just putting on some under eye concealer, the Tarte CC under eye corrector. This is the old packaging. This one's almost gone too. I'm working on it. I did pull out a powder, the Milk Makeup Blur and Set Matte Loose Setting Powder. I bought this a long time ago, but I bought it because of a YouTuber named Hollie Forrest. She hasn't put up a video in like 2 years and I miss her so much. I still rewatch her old videos. I was just watching some the other day. They're always in my watch later because she just has like the most calming, can you see all the powder flying through the air? She just has such a calming like tone to her voice. Her videos are so relaxed and so chilled out. She's never yelling at you about new releases and stuff. And she's just really just a nice channel. She hasn't put a video in a long time. Her Instagram is no longer active, like it's deleted. And I don't know. Hopefully she comes back to YouTube because she's really, really awesome. Anyway, I bought this because of her and I do like it. And I didn't even realize it was 2 Milk Makeup products. So you can see the powder did tone down the glossiness a little bit, but let me tell you, this is going to eat up the powder. Like the powder will not be there in a little while, probably like an hour or so. My face will be just as glossy as it was before, but not a bad thing. I like that dewy look. So the bronzer I picked out is one I didn't even recognize the packaging when I was reaching for it. I was like, what the heck even is that? It's the IT Cosmetics Ombre Radiance Bronzer, and I haven't used this in quite some time. So I'm gonna go just for like the matte bronzer here on the bottom. I also don't know if they have this anymore. Wow, that's very, very pigmented. I barely touched it in there too. And then I'll go a little bit with the highlight, just a little bit, and just kind of top off the bronzer just slightly. Nothing too crazy. I feel like I went overboard right there. This eyeshadow is like catching the light in all kinds of weird ways. It just looks kind of funny in the video. I can't get over it. And for blush, I actually picked out another IT Cosmetics Ombre Radiance product. I didn't even plan this. It was just complete chance that I picked out two very similar things. So this is a very similar thing to the bronzer where you get like a matte blush and then a highlighter here, and you could kind of mix and match depending on what your mood is. And I haven't used this in quite some time. I'm gonna kind of just get a little dab, just a little bit. That's a lot. You go back with that powder brush a little bit. It's already on. What are you gonna do? All right, blush is on. And for highlighters, I picked out two little mini guys. I got the Becca highlighter in the shade Champagne Pop, this little tiny sample here. I really wish that somebody had picked up Becca's highlighters when they closed. You know, Smashbox grabbed like the under eye corrector. I wish a brand bought these from Becca and let them live on, because I really think the Becca highlighters, they were like the highlighter brand, remember? And I really wish that they were continuing on, even if it was under someone else's umbrella. And then this is from IBY. This is their highlighter in the shade Private Jet. I got this in an Ipsy bag, and when I first got this, I used this every single day. I just loved it so much, and I think this is what I want to use today. I remember every time I'd wear this, somebody would ask me, what highlighter is that? And I always was like, oh, it's some made-up brand from Ipsy. I don't even know if this is a real brand. You know, sometimes Ipsy sends things that they kind of made up, or they're brands that don't exist in real life. You can't find them anywhere other than Ipsy's website. I don't know if this is one of those brands, but dang, this highlighter is so shiny. I just love it, and I haven't used it in a while. Gonna fall in love, I know it. Okay, brows with the usual stuff. The Kosas Brow Pot Brow Pencil, NYX Thick It Stick It Mascara, and yeah, that's that. It is my boyfriend's birthday today. He's 35 years old, always forgets how old he is. But I think we all do that at some point. You're like, hold on, what year was I born? And then you go 87, 2007, 97, 30, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm 35. I think we all kind of do that here and there. And it's funny now that we're getting older, I'm getting older, you remember back to when you were a kid and you thought people that were in their 30s were like the oldest people in the world. And now that you're in your 30s or whatever age you are, you realize like, wait, I'm still so young. I have so much life left to live, you know what I mean? I think it's so funny to think that people in their 30s were so old and we were little. In reality, you're like, I don't know anything. But yesterday we went to go eat, because I always assume his parents are going to do something for him or want to take him out to eat, so I tried to be, you know, respectful of that. So we went to eat yesterday. We went to this place here called Pho Ginger. It was so good. It's like Vietnamese food. The restaurant is really small, super friendly. Oh my goodness, like we hadn't even opened the door all the way to walk in and they're already like, welcome in. They were so happy to have customers. Like they were just, it was such great service. Food was phenomenal. Oh my goodness. I got like a spicy lemongrass tofu thing with some jasmine rice. Oh man, it was delicious. And then we went to the movies. We went to go see Nope, and that was really good too. The theater we went to though was one I hadn't been to in a really long time, and it was so hot in there. There was no airflow whatsoever, and we were just sitting there sweating. And I was like, is it just me or is it freaking hot in here? It was so hot in there. But the movie was really good. I liked it a lot. Let me find a purple eyeshadow. That one? Let's go with that one. This is a really old Makeup Forever eyeshadow trio. I don't even think they make these shadows anymore. But I did use the heck out of this red and orange one when I first got them. But they got hard pan right away. and I haven't used it in a long time. So I'm just gonna go into that purple one there, just on the lower lash line. Oh, I hear my boyfriend driving up. He rode on his motorcycle that he just bought a couple months ago. I had never really been thrifting before, like for clothing. Why? No particular reason. I'm just never really in the mood. Like, I'm not a big clothes shopper. As you see, I wear like the same 5 shirts all the time. But we went to the Goodwill the other day. He went to look for some appliance thing. So I just started browsing and I was like, why haven't you ever told me about the Goodwill? I couldn't believe it. They had so much good stuff. I did buy a few things and I couldn't believe the selection. Like, I'm all about it. Now I'm like, I'm gonna get really into thrifting right now. I've actually really been enjoying the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. I've had this for a freaking long time. At least 3 years, if not 4 years. I could swear it was bad by now, but it works perfectly fine. It says it's like a spray you can use as a setting spray, as a facial spray, whatever you want. But the word glass skin is kind of what throws me off because it doesn't give me glass skin at all. It just kind of sets everything in place but doesn't make me look glossy or dewy. It's kind of weird. Anyway, here we go. Oh, I was gonna put some matte shadow in my eyes though. Do I really want to anymore? Does it look fine? Nah, I'm not going to. The mist is super, super fine. And see, it doesn't give me like glass skin look, but it does make me look healthy and dewy and all that kind of good stuff. Mascara, I'm gonna use the caliray Come Hell or High Water on my lower lashes, and I'm gonna use the Diorshow Iconic Overcurl on my, I was gonna say my regular lashes, I guess my upper lashes. And I like this mascara, but I don't think it's the best thing in the world. It is one that I used to love, love, love. And I bought it again not too long ago. But I think now just mascara has come such a long way and there are so many really good ones that this one, I don't know, it just doesn't do for me what it used to, you know, but it's still nice. So there's the mascara finished. It does take such a long time to build up. Like, I've probably been working on this mascara for the better part of 6 or 7 minutes and the result is nice. They're really full, they're thick looking. It does like kind of gently curl your lashes as well, but it's not, I don't know, it's just not the best thing in the world for me anymore. And that is it. That is my full face of Shop My Stash. These are all the products I'm going to be using for the next 2 weeks. And then in 2 weeks on Saturday, I will come back and share with you how all the products worked out for me, what I'm going to keep, and what I'm going to declutter. I'm mostly excited to use these singles. I cannot wait to use these. I picked out some shades I've really been wanting to wear, especially Lounge from Urban Decay. I can't wait to put that on my eyes. So yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.